summarize them, it's not these are not the only applications, but these are the some of the most common applications like facial recognition, stock market prediction, social media, aerospace, signature verification and handwriting analysis, healthcare, defense system, weather forecasting. Now, these are the pictorial applications which you could see while you are working on the computer by using artificial neural network, controlling the fields, psychological fields, medical fields, educational field, financial field, traffic field, informational field. Now, what are the key characteristics of the neural networks, artificial neural networks? So, pattern recognition, adaptability, data-driven, computational intensity. So these are some of the things. For example, pattern excellent at finding the complex, non-linear relationship in data. Adaptability, it can learn and adapt from new data to improve performance over time. Data-driven, require large amounts of high-quality data to be trained effectively. Computational intensity, training deep neural networks requires significant computational power, over often necessitating high performance hardware. Now, this is the layers of the artificial neural network. So input layer, hidden layer, output layer, and then again the same thing could be represented here how it could. And this is just to show how to mimic the human brain. Now, in the among the features of the artificial neural network, they include like input layers, hidden layer, output structures, weighted connections. They are like multiples of features are present. But if you want to understand them in summary, it's like input layer, hidden layer, output layer. Hidden layer could be many more sublayers. So artificial neural network consists of interconnected processing units, that is neurons, called neurons or nodes. These neurons are organized into layers, an input layer to receive data, one or more hidden layers for processing, and an output layer for results. Now, weighted connections. Neurons are linked by connections, each with an associated weight, representing the strength of the connection. Information is stored in the network as these weighted connections. Now, activation functions. Each neuron applies an activation function to weighted sum of its inputs to determine its output. Learning and training. ANNs learn from data through algorithms that adjust the weights and biases of the connections. This training process aims to minimize errors and improve the network's ability to perform tasks. Parallel processing. The architecture allows for the simultaneous processing of multiple inputs, enabling faster and more efficient computations. So this right side figure is again representing the features of ANNs, like input. Here you can see different inputs are placed here. Then fully connected layers are present where the weight is present. Then bias and activation, output, predicted output, error, compare with the observed data, and then go for final prediction, that is raw mass deformation. Now, what are nonlinearity, generalization, and fault tolerance? ANNs are adaptive. So, to at, at the modeling complex, so ANNs are adept at modeling complex nonlinear relationship between inputs and outputs, which are crucial for many real-world problems. Tolerance, the distributed nature of information storage and processing, gives ANNs a degree of fault tolerance, meaning the network can still function even if some of the neurons or connections are damaged or having some faults. Now, generalizations, ANNs have the ability to generalize from training data, enabling them to make accurate decisions and or predictions on new and unseen data. Now, here, what are this layer I have explained in long time ago in machine learning things. So the layers, different layers, artificial intelligence, then it comes machine learning, deep learning, generative AI. So artificial intelligence, generative artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, as you remember, it involves creating systems that perform the tasks requiring human intelligence, such as reasoning, learning, and decision making. It encompasses various techniques to enable machines to mimic cognitive functions. Machine learning is a subset of AI where algorithms learn from the data to make predictions or decisions. Now, deep learning is a type of ML using neural networks with many layers to analyze the data. It excels at complex tasks such as image and speech recognition by automatically learning features from raw data. Now, generative AIs produces new content such as images, music, or text by learning patterns from the existing data. It is used to create realistic and imaginative outputs and enhancing creativity in the fields like art, entertainment, and product design. So, an artificial neural network is an interconnected group of nodes inspired by a simplification of neurons in a brain. Each circular node represents an artificial neuron, and an arrow represents the connection from the output of an artificial neuron to the input of another. Now, training neural networks are typically trained through empirical risk minimization. This method is based on the idea of optimizing the neural network's parameters to minimize the difference or empirical risks between the predicted output and the actual target values in a given data set. Gradient-based methods such as backpropagations are usually used to estimate the parameters of the network. During training phase, ANNs learn from label training data by iteratively updating their parameters to minimize a defined loss function. This method allows the network to generate or generalize the unseen data. Now, some more examples. So this has been taken from Wikipedia. So simplified example of training a neural network in object detection, how it would work. And then this is another example of application of neural networks. So you can go for more accurate prediction. This is kind of improved image processing. So this is the raw image. This is the final segmented image after processing. Now, again, it can be seen processed. So here, these are some of the applications which you can see. This is simplest examples which I have taken from the Wikipedia, but I have also real implementation of neural network for the image processing and identification. Now it comes to deep learning, as you can understand from the previous task. So what is the real meaning of deep learning? We have explained. So there are different complex level of middle layer where you have more and more interconnected nodes. So this is the only thing. So where you go for to and fro many times, and this enhances the system to learn for better outcome prediction. So deep learning architectures are different things which you will be learning in the next classes. Then it comes back propagation, which is an efficient application of the chain rule. Then this is like the terminology which was actually introduced long time ago, and now this is in real application. So back propagation, which is backward propagation of errors, is a fundamental algorithm used to train artificial neural networks efficiently. It is cornerstone of deep learning and enables neural networks to learn from data and improve their predictive accuracy. Now, where the developer of these algorithms have better or superiority, here in back propagation, the some of the newest learners, they only think about errors by implementing back propagation. But if you are smart enough, you can also think about the some more things other than errors also. So these are some of the things where you need to focus during the development of artificial algorithm or implementation of the artificial algorithm, a neural network. Now, what are the different types of neural networks? So feed forward neural networks, FNN, one convolutional neural networks, CNN, then RNN, recurrent neural networks, then MNN, modular neural networks. And the most complex neural network algorithm could be where you combine all these types of artificial neural network. Now, I will be discussing in the next class from the different types of artificial neural networks and neural network architecture subtypes. So this will be our next talk. So please subscribe this channel for getting